think the honorable thing for our species to do is deny our programming. Stop reproducing. Walk hand in hand into extinction. One last midnight, brothers and sisters opting out of a raw deal.
Do not trust any friends or family members. I repeat, do not trust friends.
Pour one out for Spike TV, huh?
Yeah, that's great.
Shout out to Spike TV heads out there.
Shout out to Being a Man.
Yeah. 1,000 Ways to Die. Fucking
shit.
That show. I love that. What I love the most about 1,000 Ways to Die was that it was always like this morality play. And it wasn't just that someone died by getting fungus from a shower once. It was like they were a dirty whore and they got fungus from a shower sometime.
They had to go. Yeah. There's a justification behind it.
Yeah. And
they'd open up this they'd open up the story with like Billy was like a piece of shit meth peddler, or whatever, and you were like, oh good, this guy's gonna die.
Oh, how's he gonna die? And you just watch these weird recreations. They talk to the doctor, and you're like, fuck, you can die that way?
The doctor was always like a quacky fucking guy.
Yeah. I'm always concerned about botulism now. So like one of the stories was about like someone who got botulism in their toe from like playing soccer in the park. Some like random, completely, out of the ballpark, non-probable death. And I was like, wow, we are fragile.
Yeah, I always think of that. There's this random episode where this chick got a fish in her mouth.
I remember that.
And the scales, like they're trying to pull it backwards. The scales were like lodged in the soft tissue of her throat. Yeah. And they did like heavy duty X-ray like imagery on that. And she gagged to death on the dock.
Oh fuck. Yeah, man. Well, like 1 in a million chance. But one of the 1,000 ways that you could die.
Yeah. Not the way I'd like to go, lad.
All right. So Extinction Agenda, James and James. Hi, everybody. Today, Ninja Turtles, because you are not tired enough of hearing two over-the-hill fucking old men just talk about their childhood fantasy characters.
Appropriately aged to discuss Ninja Turtles is what you meant.
Yeah, I suppose so. Especially The Last Ronin, which is definitely... I think there's a couple ways that we could tackle this, because I don't think this book is in the tradition. I don't want to say that it... I want to say it's in the tradition of The Dark Knight Returns. I don't want to say it's of the caliber of Dark Knight Returns. I don't want anyone to get the impression that I feel otherwise. But it is the Dark Knight Returns for the Ninja Turtles, essentially.
And Robert Rodriguez really enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, that's important.
He did the foreword.
Oh, I see. Okay, I don't know. Do I have that? No. So I got the digital version here. So while I'm looking up whether or not it's Robert, yeah, there he is. What does he say about it? Filmmaker.
He says, strap yourselves in for this serious fun. It's wildly imaginative and full senses assault that demonstrates the lasting power of the Ninja Turtles' inspired world, the independent spirit, and their collective lasting impact. Also a true testament to the passion and hard work of the treasure that is Kevin Eastman.
Wow, the treasure. I don't agree with any of that statement. Wrap yourselves in all right, but you're like, this is not like, it's not serious fun. It is not wildly imaginative. It's not even imaginative. Is it a full senses assault? I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna go with it.
I think it was really exciting. I don't know, and I thought it was like original. It's definitely original.
What's original about?
Well, okay.
So it's like they call out all the influences. Okay, so it's obviously Dark Knight Returns, and I guess we should tell people what this fucking book is. Did we even say what it is? The Last Ronin?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, we did. Okay. So Escape from New York, Dark Knight Returns, obviously, the Ninja Turtles. I don't know. Basically, that's it. He sneaks into New York to try and like kill an old boss, um, and he's old, kind of over the hump.
Yeah. It's a bit of Judge Dredd too, sort of wading into the shit to go get into Mega City 1.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's just I don't know. It's a mismatch. It's appropriate for the Ninja Turtles, which are themselves like the reason I was thinking of Dark Knight Returns is not only because this is like old man Ninja Turtle goes on one last mission and then at the end like kind
Bit
of
of Old Man Logan. Yeah.
the but the Ninja Turtles themselves are like they're a pastiche. I mean, everybody knows the story. They were making fun of Frank Miller's Daredevil with all the ninjas. They were making fun of the Ninja Turtles, not the Ninja Turtles, X-Men, sorry, and Teen Titans. And so it's very appropriate for the Ninja Turtles to be a pastiche. Like they're not. They somehow managed to be original with they come out of the stew, out of the ooze as their own thing, but they wear their influences on their sleeve.
Yeah, that's okay. You know what? I'll give you that. I still think this is a very good. What do you want to say? I never. You know what I really love? I love the word canon, and I really want to use it properly, but I can't. I just don't understand how it works into a sentence.
Oh well, this book is canon, would be that kind of thing. So
What would that mean?
Okay, here we go. Is a little history lesson. I guess the concept of the canon sort of comes out of biblical scholarship. So, like, what constitutes the books of the Bible? Which books are canon? Which ones are not canon? Which ones are in? Which ones are out? As far as the imaginative and moral universe of a text is concerned. And so when you're talking, and then like certain Bibles emerged, and some were more successful than others, and then eventually it just turned into like basically one of two types of Bible, and those ones are canon. And so when you amongst nerd culture, it's like books that are canon are the ones that count and are real within the imaginative universe. And then the books that aren't canon are just like they're like what if stories, or they're things they're branches that got pruned off.
So this would be a great example of a canon book.
Yeah, you could say it's canon. I don't.
I was more gonna stress that it's a very good example of what you preach as sort of a favorite tactic is to incorporate and transcend a Grant Morrison type of move, where they're absorbing and sort of like flashing back to or at least involving every single old piece like of Ninja Turtles lore is sort of stitched into this to make sure it's there, it's embedded in all that shit.
Yeah, it's a worthy ending as far as if we take this to be like the last Ninja Turtle story, although it does end off like Dark Knight Returns with a little bit of hope, like that there will be more, it'll be a good life, good enough kind of thing. And yeah, like it's not just that, like it has to speak well the about the parts that deserve it. I like the collage aspect of the art from time to time, like when Peter Laird, I think it's him doing the art, coming in just briefly to illustrate some stuff, or maybe it's Kevin. I forget which one of them's the illustrator.
To that black and white work.
Yeah, like that original Ninja Turtles shit. And then they get another guy to draw, like when they're younger, and all the different like the different time eras have their own sort of signature style. And
to call back to that too, I don't know if you noticed the color palette on this is great.
Yeah, good color.
It's got a real tone. And there's use of bright colors, but Mikey himself, spoiler alert.
Yeah.
The last Ronin is Mikey. His brothers are dead. He's old. He's been away in hiding. long enough for apparently the world to turn into a post-apocalyptic nightmare world, which is akin to Mega City 1 and Judge Dredd, and he comes back to finish the job on, what's her name? Son.
Karai's
son. Yes, that's right. Yeah, so he's a piece of shit. You know what was missing for this?
Mm-hmm.
Some I mean, we went so adult with this. This is very adult. There's deaths, there's murders. This is not appropriate for children. Why can't Karai's son be a sex pervert too? He is. I know he is.
Oh yeah.
Give me something.
It's funny you say that this isn't child appropriate. I read it to I made grilled cheese this afternoon, and Matthew and I read the first issue, and he had his money on Raph being the Ninja Turtle that survived. He couldn't explain why, but he thought for sure it was.
That's a good instinct right there. Yeah. Natural Ninja Turtles instinct. Well, he's a boy also, and Maddie has high interest in this to the point where she actually researched spoilers and endings and stuff.
Right.
So on her own, I was like, "You're a little shithead on the internet."
But yeah, I mean, I guess I was still going to agree with you though, that could have done with the sex pervert. Why not, right? I mean, but Turtles isn't really about sex perverts.
It's true. Yeah, just give me a little jerk, something weird to really upset me. I think that was in the subtext though.
Like the way he keeps his mother all frozen, all hugging her and stuff.
Yeah, he's fucking wrong. Also, I'll throw this out there. Great character design for the last Ronin. But there's not much that goes into that.
Uh-huh.
But Mikey as himself, when he's sort of birthed and wakes up with April and stuff, and you start getting fed into the world, very cool. The character designs are great. I know you didn't have to do much with him. He's a Ninja Turtle, but there's subtle shifts to sort of mature him, change his personality. He's I don't know. He's different in the way you'd expect a guy to get older and be different,
Yeah.
That's dark a bit, but the whole thing is supposed to be cheesy dark, right?
Yeah, I read that. So they had an artist for the first issue, because I feel the art is different in the first issue. And my understanding, briefly, just looking around the internet, is that this first guy, who I was actually pretty into, and assuming I'm correct, I think this started coming out during COVID, and there was a bunch of delays associated with it, and I think they lost their artist midway for the second issue.
That would track for me because the combat's very cohesive in the first issue.
Yeah. And yeah, I just think I think I would have liked this, assuming that I'm right, and maybe hopefully I'm not just seeing what I think I'm supposed to see based on something I read on the internet. But I might have liked to have seen this more of the first issue throughout. Or at least the quality of the art and the action, and I do think there was sort of a deterioration as things progressed.
Yeah, I did feel like that, and that always hurts a book like this. That's gonna be this is sort of a grandiose Ninja Turtle history moment and comic book kind of history moment. So to have it sort of to have the art taper off and to have the combat be sort of nonsensical and hard to follow is that's painful for that kind of ending on a book like that.
Yeah. And I wonder if that's the reason they started doing the collage stuff, because you don't get that in issue 1 either. You do. Pardon me, I take it back. When he tries to commit seppuku. The amount of blood that he just spits out of his mouth after he falls out of that building, he's just ah.
Yeah, that's not really a flashback. Oh yeah, there is the little flashback.
Yeah, to him in the bed. And yeah, that's nice. I like that. They look young. They look kind of innocent. They just had like a fun little adventure. You know, and yeah, it's good because like you kind of want this to be something that anyone could pick up. Like I think everybody knows the Ninja Turtles, but are they going to know the lore or have a sense of the depth of what's being presented here?
I think there's enough. I think there's
Yeah,
enough backscale to for anyone to do it. Really.
I think so. So I think my problem with the book, putting it like all those things are all good. I was listening to, so I was reading the comic, and at the same time, like around the same time, I'm listening to um, Joe Dante, director of Gremlins and I don't know, a bunch of other movies. Joe Dante. He's got a podcast called Movies That Made Us, and he interviews directors, and they just talk about the movies that influenced those directors. And I think they were talking to Shane Black, yeah, writer of star of Predator and writer of Lethal Weapon. And the Shane was talking about, like, he was like, you want every scene in your movie, you should come into the scene as late as possible, and you should leave as that scene as soon as possible, and then move on. And hearing him say that, I was like, yes, like that's exactly what I want as someone who's reading a story or watching a movie or anything like that. Like, keep it propulsive. Give me what I need. In, out, boom. This book does not do that. It gets into action as early as possible and does not stop. It's like the whole first issue is him trying to sneak into a building and then fail. And, and then the next issue he's doing some other stuff. Like, it could have been three issues rather than 5. I just felt that there was way too much fat here. It lost its propulsiveness.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you on that, because there's a drag down in between, like, showing me what I want, like, 'cause immediately, like, you won't fuck around, like, let your Mikey's the last surviving Ninja Turtle, post-apocalyptic world, all that. No. What happened to the brothers?
Yeah,
they're all, and Master Splinter, right? Because they're at the time that this would have occurred, they would all have been far more capable than Mikey.
yeah.
So that's what I'm looking for, and you really get dragged down with one arm, one leg, April O'Neil redesign. She paces you down, like they drag you down while they're giving you this backstory, and also the backstory separated. That's a funny choice for me. But I guess it's to maybe give you the individuality of each character.
Oh, no, I'm not sure.
Like the death of the turtles. So like the death of each turtle is like separated,
right? Okay.
into a different scenario, and I don't know if that was necessary. That lengthens the book and draws things out as well.
Yeah, and like it is unfair to to say, well, in Dark Knight Returns, this is how they would have handled that, but in Dark Knight Returns, they handled it very differently. Like you got hints of things. You were left to sort of imagine what happened. And a book like this really could have benefited from it, because like everyone got brought down like a bunch of fucking chumps, except for Raphael, who goes down in an awesome place.
Yeah, I was gonna say I almost would have liked to get the Raphael backstory. And then just left everyone else.
Yeah, as if
in the back of my imagination, because you gave me that tidbit, April O'Neil, Scott Casey's daughter, and then his gears hanging up. He's dead. I really didn't need to know that he got blown up by mousers. That doesn't really do much for him or Leo, especially in a tactical situation where they were in a headquarters where they would have had pre-preparation. They just got completely outclassed by Baxter Stockman. That just bugs the shit out of me. That's not right, and it didn't do anything for the characters. It didn't do any, like, you could have just left that. I feel like you could have just let me wonder.
Yeah, especially when Splinter gets taken down, like they just fire a bunch of arrows at Leonardo and Splinter.
Or that was Donnie, yeah. It
was Donnie, yeah, pardon me.
Oh, I did like Donnie's sacrifice.
It's still kind of a cheap way for them to go out, though. Particularly, like they're ninja masters. They're just like they're outmaneuvered. They're making weird decisions. That they're all getting wiped out in ways that, like, under other circumstances they probably wouldn't have gotten wiped out. I think that was another thing. Like, there's nothing exceptional about a bunch of arrows getting thrown at them. Like, are they unable to defeat? Like, is that their secret weakness? Arrows?
Also, no shot that Karai survives that.
No, yeah, that's like, what the fuck? Like, they fished her out of the drink, and
I guess she's brain dead in a coma anyway. However,
yeah,
if anybody survives that and in his coma, it's the guy that's a turtle.
Yeah,
in the water.
Oh yeah, yeah. He did get stabbed through his brain, but I mean, he's a mutant, didn't he? I thought that was the thing. He stabbed her in the back with the sai, and she stabbed him up through the bottom of his jaw.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he could just a flesh wound, not to worry. Yeah, it's definitely a different artist now that I'm looking at it again. Very disappointing. Now, I'll say some nice things about the art, even though I don't even write down these people's names. Some of the backgrounds are rendered pretty well. Like, everything has a place and a space. It's not amateur hour. And I know that's a backhanded compliment, but like, it could have very easily been amateur hour.
Yeah. Like, it's even like, because I sometimes I walk by the old newsstand and I bring home an issue of the Ninja Turtles and get annoyed or disappointed, and then I don't do it again for a year. But their art in the regular books is not high caliber like this. And I know you're a bit heavy on it, that you didn't care for it, but it was cohesive. Like in terms of like quality, like it was good quality. Like, there's things to complain about, like the way the fights are nonsensical. But outside of that, the expressions are great, coloring's perfect. This big high quality, covers, and I don't know.
Yeah, it's a good package, and it was entertaining. Like, I read it. I was never really bored. I was really taken with the first issue. Like, I looked at it the first time. I remember, like, I was a naysayer on this before you picked it up, and I was like, nah, I don't want to do that book, And reading the first issue again this time, or like fully properly this time, I was like, well, maybe I was wrong. Like this. There's something here, and I like this art. I thought that he was working well with the colorist, and it was really going well. And then, yeah, after that, it kind of lost me, and it made me think about it too much, which is always the death knell of any book. But
true.
It was fine though. Like, if there was a sequel, I'd consider reading it. They do have like a sequel that, like, it's kind of like a prequel.
Yeah, The Lost Years, I guess that's coming soon.
Yeah, Mikey's gonna wander the earth, doing a bunch of shit. I hope it's drawn. I love this old style art though. It's so different, like the black and white stuff.
Oh, that's weird. That's Eastman, by the way.
It is Eastman.
I looked at the front. Yeah. Yeah, it's so weird, and it's so weird that he's just retained that.
Well, you never lose it. I bet he doodles all the time.
I don't know. Ask Todd McFarlane.
Yeah,
you lose it.
Yeah.
This is great though. It's great, like the black and white stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's an interesting approach. It, like, I use the word collage. I think actually I would have liked more of a collage, and I would have liked like some more. And I think you can say this about any comic, but I would have liked some more high quality artists. Like, some of these flashback artists are really kind of meh, and I don't know what it is about the Ninja Turtles, like whatever they're called now, Mirage Studios or Nickelodeon or whoever they're associated with now. Why they've got all the money in the fucking world. What's the problem? What like these are the guys, the richest dudes in town, and they just can't. They don't even bother.
Yeah, you could hire an artist.
Yeah,
There's lots of them out there.
Yeah,
They're sitting around. They're posting shit on Insta.
Yeah,
let Jim Lee do it. Let him do it once.
I don't need that. I wouldn't mind though. I bet that. I bet
you'd show up.
His turtles would look so fucking weird. I just mean like as far as like why can't these guys find a Greg Capullo to just pull in? Like there's guys out there and like pretty high caliber, interesting artists, and I don't know what the ethos of the studio is. Is it just like, unless
maybe it's like a WWE thing? They're like no, we prefer our own homegrown guys.
Well, maybe that's
like
it.
A million better guys that we could get for cheaper.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
It's a stifle pay. I mean, hey, they're not rich by writing checks.
Yeah. I don't know though, but they don't make a lot of money off these comics. They could probably make some more if they didn't fucking suck. Although I'm wrong.
There is invest in quality sort of.
Yeah, but this book sold like gangbusters. This was a big seller for them.
I feel like your art criticism is harsh.
Mm-hmm.
Harsh for this round. But yeah, I also like I like a couple of little concepts. I like that Mikey's like mutation advanced.
Yeah,
he's this big fucking Hulk.
Yeah.
Which is again like there you go, Dark Knight, right? But he's this big fucking bastard, and he's just like outrageously, over the top, like powerful.
Yeah, and I also like it's simple. Like they just gave him all the Ninja Turtles weapons, and he uses them all at various points in time. Like chopping guys down with the katana or using the sai, and that's a nice conceit.
Yeah. What do you think about the flashbacks with the brothers talking to him? There was one good one that I really liked, where he yelled at Raph.
Yeah, I think this is I think maybe I'm looking at it now, part 5, like at the end. Raph's right, you're wasting time, Mikey. I like how it was done, and again, I think this comes down to like just me preferring the original artist, because he drew them like these like shadows in the background, like they were these hauntings, and the artist later on doesn't get it, like isn't able to evoke that as efficiently. Like I do like it though, because like you want the other Ninja Turtles around, and this idea of that like spiritual brotherhood amongst them. I liked it. I liked it as a conceit, and I don't think this book would have worked as well as it did without that. So yeah, I'll sign off on that.
Yeah, I also kind of like that they're running their original personalities, because they died when they were younger, but Mikey's not.
Yeah.
He's like all grinded out now.
Yeah, and it's a good choice. Go on.
Sorry, no, go ahead.
I was going to say it's a great choice that it's Mikey, that he's all ground out, because it's like it's Michelangelo. Like it's actually a good reveal when it turns out to be Michelangelo. You're like, oh shit, that's Michelangelo. Like he's the party dude. Not anymore.
Yeah, that's the party dude. That's right. Yeah, that's right. And I like that. At no point, even when he gains comfort, does he doesn't revert back to that. He's not funny. Nothing's funny. I'm not going to have fun. I'm not here to party. My brothers aren't with me. There's no jokes to be had. He's just an old fucking martial artist now. And that's, I don't know, that I like that. I like the way that carried. I like the training of Casey's daughter, where he just fucking embarrassed.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
Just shame beats her, and then it's like then beats himself up about it mentally, because he's like, that's not how I should have handled this. He's trying to be like he's taking on traits from his master as well. As he gets older, he becomes more like his father.
Yeah. And that is what makes this work. Like I hold to my position that this is too long. I think all of this stuff could have been communicated in a more condensed fashion, but like it does work because we recognize all these characters, and it's kind of cool to see Michelangelo, the party dude, becoming wise. And even that sort of trait, like at the back of the book it says no peace, and then spoilers at the end, he just changes it to K and puts a W at the end, and it's so no is an understand peace. That's good. You want that, like, because if it's going to be the final Ninja Turtle story, it should be like a summation. And getting back to what you said, I don't know if it does the incorporate and transcend stuff, but it definitely incorporates. I guess one day we'll have to like define what I think incorporate and transcend means, so that way we can. But I found, like, when I heard you say it, I was like, I know what you're driving at, but I don't think it transcends. Like it doesn't pick up Here's what I mean by that. Like, it doesn't pick up something from like some fucking stray concept from Ninja Turtles number 25 and somehow take whatever zany concept it was and use it to as a script.
lift us into a new world.
Yeah.
That didn't happen. This was just an end and with some callbacks. Yeah, you're right. And yeah, I did use that poorly, maybe.
No, it's fine. But I understood what you meant, and I wasn't going to be a super dick about it. I didn't want to be like, well, actually, but I think it's worth commenting now at this point in the conversation. Like, I think it does a great job of incorporating the entire sort of mythos, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, scenario. And
even little things like Karai didn't need to be in this. That's awkward. Fugitoid didn't really. These guys are really like really stroking their own.
Yeah. Well, I would too.
Why not?
Yeah, exactly. Why not? That's what everybody's showing up for. Like, they're promising the last story. I think it might be. I wonder why they did it. I wonder because like when Frank Miller was talking about doing Dark Knight Returns, like in the foreword to that book, which we've never covered, and which is fine. I mean, we don't really need to. It sort of permeates our entire culture. But anyway, he was just like, at some point, Frank says, at some point he was just like, I realized that Batman was older than me, or that I was older than Batman. Sorry, like I had passed the age of Batman, and I was like, I can't. He was like, I can't abide that, and so he was like, I need an old man Batman. I need someone to feel young against. I guess. Is that something like that motivating him here? Like, what is it?
That's actually very cool. To think about that.
Yeah.
I like the idea of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, some people get that way about Jesus. Like, we're older than Jesus at this point. So maybe one day we're going to get a Dark Knight Returns version of Jesus of Nazareth. Anyone listening? That's my idea. Copyrighted. Can't fucking have that.
Mm-hmm. Don't even try and read Battle Pope and try and make something of that either.
Is that what Battle Pope's about?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah. Actually, one thing about this one, like, April O'Neil was. So it's not the official. They did a reboot of the Ninja Turtles at some point, and where April wasn't a reporter anymore, she was a lab assistant, and that's why we get like smart lab assistant April in this. I think it's not. They're not dealing with the original comics. They're dealing with the reboot by Peter Laird and Kevin Eastman. Like it's official or whatever, but
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like, well, I mean, if you're getting Fugitoid and Space Donnie and so on and so forth involved, then you're going into the sort of expanded universe.
Mm-hmm. Although they did all that. Fugitoid's very old. Like, he was in like gosh, I couldn't say, but probably in the first 20 to 50 issues of Ninja Turtles. Because he was in the I feel that way because he was in the role-playing game modules. Like I've got Ninja Turtles Guide to the Universe upstairs and Fugitoids in there with the Triceratons and stuff. So it had to have been pretty early.
Right, yeah, because the extraterrestrial thing, I guess, was like an early concept.
Yeah. TCRI and all that stuff, and yeah.
I'm watching. What's this guy's name? The Shredder bitch guy.
Oh, geez.
You know, he was a very forgettable villain. That hurt him a bit.
Yeah.
Like he was annoying, and he needed to die, but
yeah,
he was very forgettable.
Yeah, like he's just in a room all the time. Like, I'm gonna put your head on a pike.
When he jumps off a cliff and has like robot catch him.
Oh God. Yeah.
He's like, you left me alone, mother. I'm the master. Just out in the rain by himself in his cloak. I mean, we've all done that.
Yeah, I did that. I could do that right now. Just another Saturday night.
Now that I'm older, though, I more empathize with Mikey turning into his own dad. But...
Yeah, man. Getting that man strength.
Yeah, I don't think I got quite that much old man strength, but I like to imagine I do.
I like that he bust out the nunchaku at the very end. I don't think we actually saw it until the final fight.
Yeah, that was sweet. I did notice that too. Also, I like the turtle van. Sweet reveal.
Mm-hmm.
The nameless paramilitary punk rock Dark Knight guys, though, and that there's just a couple little adjustments I would have made.
Yeah.
I think I would have made I think part of the other thing about the main bad guy, the Karai's son guy, is he's just like inept.
He is.
Like he didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Like I would have liked if he fridged Casey Jones's daughter and gave me something to get behind.
Yeah, I think you're right though. Like, I mean, you wanted him to be a sex pervert. You want him to fridge people. I hear you, buddy.
Give me what I need in my story.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like, even if he killed a couple of the punk rock guys, you know, if you want to stay away from fridging, fine.
And did
something. Give me
like,
something. Make the guy dangerous. Make him kill April in her sleep. No, that's a fridging again.
No, I don't know. Like, just kill someone. Do something.
Yeah, like kill somebody. Like, you're not dangerous. He killed his mom. Just confused me.
Do some fucked up torture or something. Like, I don't know. Like, I hear you. Like, he very undeveloped, and so like, okay, he's the master of the dystopian New York. How? And why are there flying cars? I really hung up on the flying car bit. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, where's all this technology coming from? And like, why is he at the center of it all? Like, nothing's clear, like, where this world came from. Like, they spend so much time focusing on the Ninja Turtles past and the conflict that led to Mikey's exile or whatever. Like, we just don't. Okay, he's a bastard and he killed all the Ninja Turtles essentially by ambushing and dirty tricks, but like, he didn't use any dirty tricks against Michelangelo in this. Like, he should have been.
Yeah, he didn't do anything to. I mean, like, he tried to do like a city roundup or whatever, but he didn't actually kill any rebels or succeed really at all. Well, he did, I guess, but that was like off panel.
Yeah, and then at the end, he just puts on like this silver symbiote suit, fights Raph, gets his ass kicked. Not Raph, Michael. Pardon me.
Baxter Stockman was the real villain, really.
Yeah, at least there was something going on there.
And his death was also incredible.
Oh yeah, well, like when he just like
he like got like atomized.
Yeah. Yeah, that was cool. Yeah, there were some cool moments. If you're a Ninja Turtles head, read this book. You can't go wrong.
Oh man, even if you lightly like the Ninja Turtles, this is cool. It's cool as hell.
Yeah. Like you're not getting top shelf stuff, and that's a shame. But I think that's par for the course for the Ninja Turtles crew, Ninja Turtles comic books. I think that whatever good comics those guys were going to make, they made them 30 years ago, or longer, however old the Ninja Turtles are.
Honestly, like if you're dipping back, like in terms of Ninja Turtles, though, like really, you couldn't ask for better than this right now. I don't think.
I could and I do and I will. I would really like. I think it's a sad state. It's a sad statement to say that like you couldn't do better than this. You absolutely could have. That they could have absolutely done better than this. I think there was lots to like about this, but it's just really fat. It just kind of rolls around in the ground like a roly poly, and it has an uninspired villain. And yeah, and it's just like let's do our version of the Dark Knight Returns, and like okay, fine, but
that's true. I mean, and one of the weird things was Karai, like having Karai survive the battle with Raph,
yeah,
but not doing anything with that, like.
Yeah,
put her in a wheelchair and have her calling the shots. Do like a real dark bald reveal, you know?
Yeah, like it's
and
real.
Make me angry, you know?
Yeah, that the mama, and then he's just a mama's boy. Like I don't know, Peter and Kevin, if you're listening, like take notes.
Take notes. We have way better ideas.
Yeah, just give us a call. Well, it's just like every time, like if you need a script doctor, just. We're gonna be your Shane Black.
Oh yeah, here's the spot. Go to hell, Raph. I wish I could bring you back just so I could kill you myself.
Oh,
I know damn well what I gotta do. Finish this. There he goes. Come on.
A stupid nerd comment though, on my part. It bugs me that this book. So they're ninjas, right? They're not samurai. They're ninjas. So what the fuck? Why is he the last Ronin? Like Ronin is a master. Man, that fucking bugs me. And then he's gonna commit seppuku? No. He's not a samurai. It's these guys are ninjas.
Yeah. Well, they've almost got. I guess they're trying to backspin the Foot to be the ninjas and the ninjas to be the bad guy, but doesn't flow with Ninja Turtle, does it?
Yeah. So that kind of stuck in my head. Obviously, it's not the worst thing that ever happened, but it's like okay, interesting. Yeah, this early art is very like I'm watching him kick a guy in the head. Looks great. Pack, chalk. Oh well.
Yeah, I'm watching Mikey fight the giant guy and the robot guy, and it's horrible. The end.
Yeah. Yep. So anyway, if you want...
weird pervert shredder. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's what we should have got. We should have got a weird pervert shredder.
We almost did, but not enough.
Close. Yeah. So I don't know. For me, this one was like I enjoyed it, but it was disappointing, and I like I already said, I'd recommend it to a turtlehead, but I can't recommend it like Dark Knight Returns. Unlike Dark Knight Returns, like that book was, you could give that to someone, right, if they knew about Batman and they were and people generally, it speaks to them. Like there's something going on there that is bigger than just like some sort of children's intellectual property. But all that's going on in this book is just some sort of children's intellectual property, like pantomiming. No, I mean I don't want to call Dark Knight Returns serious literature, but like I don't know, effort. It's just like signifying Dark Knight Returns-ness stuff, but not really going beyond that. So yeah, you couldn't give this to just like someone who doesn't know anything about the Ninja Turtles or have some sort of innate love for them.
Yeah, true. Maybe I'm just showing my Ninja Turtles love too much,
Well, you cannot show your Ninja Turtles love too much, bro. You know that. Turtle power. Turtle power.
Now, all we need is a little energon and a lot of luck.